Man, I wanted to do this episode Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving morning, but like I said on the last video, or depending on what order you're watching these in, it was cooking and cleaning, and boy, oh boy, it was a lot of work. But it was fun. I love my family. Anyway, this video I had set up. I was ready to go. What is this video about? This video is about Aiden's number as rookies versus these rookies last year. Of course, I was going to do it. You know I love my numbers, and my numbers have been done, and I've looked at them, and I thought it would be easy to get some time away. I was like, hey, I can get 30 minutes alone to get to my computer, just report these numbers. But no, did not have the time. It's too much driving. Let me tell you something. 5.5 hours worth of driving is not what it used to be when you hit 50. Okay? I don't know why, but it is not the same. And you go home and you fall asleep really hard. And that's what I did on drive there and drive back. But you're not here to hear that. You're here to hear why is Aiden suck or why he doesn't. So let's talk about Bo Nix first, because Bo Nix is the one that people are starting to want for Rookie of the Year. He's talking about Bo Nix having the record and what he's doing, and how the Broncos and Peyton has pulled him together, and he looks like a good, solid quarterback, and they're getting more out of him than they thought they could get out of him, and the success is basically because he came out to a great offensive coordinator and great head coach, and Sean, whatever his last name is, would take care of him and show him how to be a quarterback. And his quarterback guru ability is what's going to groom him and make him better than he was. Okay, that's fine. So let's talk about what he did in his 9 games. Okay, got it right here. His win-loss record in his 9 games, 5-4, impressive, good for a rookie. He's coming in at 62% passing completions. Very good. It's not fabulous, but it's good. It's very good. 1,753 yards passing, about average, pretty decent. 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 15 sacks. He had 46 rushing attempts, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 fumble. So, if you look at the touchdown to turnover ratio, including the rushing touchdowns and the fumbles, he went 12 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And people are all over him. People are liking his work. People are saying he's on his way to being Rookie of the Year. He's this franchise quarterback for the Broncos. They finally found him. It's on again. Sean Payton, Sean McVay, whomever it is up there, finally got somebody to start all over again with and build from scratch with those numbers. Everybody's astonished with what he's done. Okay, fine. What did Aiden do in his first 5 games, or his 9 games last season? He had 61.2% passing. 1% lower than Bo Nix. He had, 1905 as far as passing yards going, which is more than Bo Nix' 1783. He had 11 passing touchdowns, which is more than Bo Nix's 8. He had 5 interceptions. Wow, I can't read. 5 interceptions compared to Bo Nix 7. Bo Nix got sacked 15 times. Aiden O'Connell 17 times. So Bo got him a little bit by that, although he's supposed to be way more mobile. We get to the rushing attempts. Like we said, for Aiden and Bo, that's where the change comes. Aiden, 0 rushes for 0 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 0 fumbles, which matters because rushing quarterbacks get sacks and fumbles more often. Bo Nix is doing a good job controlling the sacks and the fumbles with just 15 sacks, which is really good, and just the one fumble. But that gets out of control and that changes up. 12 touchdowns and 7 turnovers. Those fumbles could go the other way. And, when you got a quarterback who relies on his run a lot, sometimes that's going to happen. But Bo Nix's runs for the touchdowns, they weren't a bunch of long broke them off for a bunch of yard plays. They were just down in the the red zone, and he was able to get it to the corner and stuff like that. Anyway, it's not like he was coming from the 50-yard line and juking people in the middle of the field, then gallivanting all the way into the end zone. It wasn't nothing that fresh and special. But with those numbers, same win-loss record, more touchdowns, less interceptions, no rushing yards, no fumbles, 4 rushing yards for what's his face, Bo Nix, which transfers to 12 touchdowns and 7 turnovers. Aiden O'Connell not running the ball still transfers to 11 touchdowns and 5 turnovers. So you get what you get, and then you give a little bit more. But we know turnovers are terrible, no matter who they are and where they are. That being said, Bo Nix is doing a better running job than I thought he did. I'm pretty impressed with that. Outside of that, how does Aiden suck? Where does the Aiden O'Connell sucks part? There was no Aiden O'Connell's good enough to be Rookie of the Year last year. Look at the damn numbers, though. They're all the same except for those rushing yards. And we were told that, Aiden was told to stay in the pocket. He wasn't as mobile as we thought he is more mobile than he turned out to be, as we saw in the last game, which I knew he had a little more mobility than he was showing, but I didn't see him running for a first down. It got called back, and you guys probably don't remember because you hate Aiden, but he did scramble loose. Nobody was down open, and he got himself a 9 or 10 yard rush. It was either a first down or right there. It was at the sticks. I don't know exactly where it had been measured, but it got called back anyway, so it doesn't matter as far as the game goes. But what it does show is the mobility aspect that there's not supposed to be here in any kind of way cannot be said if he ran for a first down. I mean, you couldn't, when you want to call it a fluke or whatever, it still happens. He was still fast enough to do it. And yes, he got caught by Chris Brown. I mean, Chris Jones got caught from behind by him, but Chris Jones is a freak of nature. And Aiden O'Connell was slow. No one said he had any feet. He didn't say he was go skip down the field. I just said he had more mobility than people saying he had. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Numbers looking just like that in his last games, or in his first 8 games or 9 games, he gets no credit at all. And Bo Nix, similar numbers, is looking at a Rookie of the Year award. Make it make sense. Look at the numbers. Someone tell me how Bo Nix should be Rookie of the Year in the future of the Broncos, and Aiden O'Connell sucks, and he should never be on the football field. But his numbers and Bo Nix's numbers are so daggone similar, it's ridiculous. And yeah, Bo Nix got 4 rushing touchdowns. There you go. There's your difference. 4 rushing touchdowns. And so he's a superior quarterback by every means, and Aiden is trash because Aiden can't run. Although we saw more mobility than we saw last year early, because last year he was just standing in the pocket. That was his job. That's what they told him to do. Stay in the pocket and react. This year, with Norv Turner's offense, they say we need you to move up a little bit more. He's learned to use the pocket a little bit better. You see him stepping up and making passes. He saw him getting out out the pocket and making some plays on broken plays. So everything that was supposed to be a terrible call about Aiden is now they should be put to rest, especially after the mobility that he showed last game. And it's not like I think that's going to be a fluke. I think we'll still see him manipulating the pocket, finding a way to extend the play, and that's all he's supposed to do. If somehow he gets past the line of scrimmage and gets 3 or 4 or 5, or like he did in this game, 10 yards, well then that's fabulous. That's great on top of it. So that's what I say. That's what I mean when I say haters, because they don't look at anything else than the fact that that's the way they feel about him. There's no reason to feel like he is that trash if his numbers are so similar to a quarterback who's supposed to be considered the future of his franchise. I don't understand. The math ain't math, and you can't make it make sense. Not to me. And if you can, put it in the comments, right? So get ready for the daggone A train to start. Because if he pulls off these last 2 games, or if he pulls off 2 wins in these last 5 games, people are going to be pissed off at him. And then there's going to be people who say he's got it going, especially in the outside world, outside of Raider Nation, because Raider Nation hates him, but outside world just looks at him for what he is. They have no opinion. They just think he's there. They're not like Aiden sucks. They're not like Aiden's great. They're like the Raiders need a quarterback, and we don't know if Aiden O'Connell can do it, but we don't know anything about Aiden O'Connell. But what we know about Aiden and Raider Nation, the fans hate for whatever reason, at least half of them. So Aiden O'Connell is far better than being portrayed out there. The attitude towards him is just an attitude towards him. Not many of it has anything to do with his performance at all. So go Aiden. I'm glad it happened. I knew it would once it eventually came through. To see how often it happens, and I believe it will be more often than other people believe. So now, again, at least we have something to watch. Now at least we think there might be some wins. Now at least whether we win or lose, it makes a difference. And so it's going to be exciting to see if we win because we like it, or if we lose and then we like that. But we're going to be watching. We will be entertained. We will love football again because we think that there's a chance. The chance with Gardner Minshew had flown the coop, and everybody knew it. And we were just waiting for it to start good, go bad, and then do it all over again. But now, there's something for it to look forward to. There's looking to see, what if Aiden loses and we still get what we want? Or what if Aiden wins and we find out that we have more than we suspected? What will happen? What does the future hold? Well, before it held a whole bunch of losses and tears. At least now, there's something to be excited about, something to watch. Keep your eyes on Aiden, and let's see how this goes. Because the silver lining to me is that the numbers make sense to me. The commentary, it doesn't. But numbers always make sense. You can't deny them. You can't change them. All you can do is add them up and tell them what you got. And if you add them up, and I'll tell you what we got Aiden O'Connell making the same numbers or very similar to Bo Nix right now in his first 9 games. And somehow Bo Nix is the future of the Broncos, and Aiden O'Connell sucks. Aiden O'Connell had some great games last year. He comes out this year, his first game is a great game. But the word out there in Raider Nation for many, many, many people is that Aiden O'Connell sucks. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, it's just out there. And we almost won. But you can't win them all. And the clouds get dark. When you're looking for the bright side, you come to the silver lining. Guru out.